We've already made a video about celebrities that Family Guy has roasted, but you better believe the show has way more in the tank. So here's a bunch more times when Family Guy dunked on celebrities. Starting with Jay-Z, also known as Sean Carter, a millionaire rapper, producer, and entrepreneur known for his memorable music.
Oh, hey, that's gonna leave a mark. That's from a movie. So are you girls traveling with your dad here?
And in natural Family Guy fashion, they got to do a parody of it 2 years later. Peter really does have a tendency to pop up during infamous moments in history. There's just something about his presence that makes you want to throw hands. All those giant chicken fights have just inflicted a constant violent energy that affects everyone around him.
Hey, look, I don't know if you guys are really staying here, but you can't get into the pool without a room key.
And up next is actress Katherine Heigl, known for her long-term recurring role in Grey's Anatomy and movies like Knocked Up. A pretty respectable list of credentials, and it sounds like Peter has a pretty decent view of her as well.
She's perfect because she's only sort of hot, so there won't be this crazy disconnect of her face on your body, which would totally take me out of it.
Somehow he managed to attack the appearance of 2 women within a single sentence. Unlike Lois, Heigl probably will never have to think about what an overweight chauvinist from Rhode Island thinks about her. But unlike Heigl, Lois will still get to beat the crap out of Peter for it.
Hey, Lois, I heard Katherine Heigl likes to French kiss.
And next is another prominent actress, Carrie Mulligan, known for her work in film, television, and theater with projects like Pride and Prejudice, Promising Young Woman, and The Great Gatsby. Stewie and Brian don't always see eye to eye when rating hotness, but they both seem to be on the same page when rating Mulligan.
10.
1. 10.
1. 5.
5.
To each their own, but the insult stings a little bit less when their tastes are some of the most lukewarm, basic as heck picks. Whoa, you think the muscled man and the big-chested woman are super hot? Incredible insight coming from these 2 connoisseurs, huh? But maybe Mulligan just has one of those faces you can't really pin down, because sometimes Peter can't even tell if she's her or Michelle Williams.
Fact. I still think Michelle Williams is Carrie Mulligan. Fact.
Yeah, but that's basic celebrity lookalike picks. Now Claudia Jessie from Bridgerton? That might actually be Carrie Mulligan. The truth is out there for those with eyes willing to see it. And did you know that Carrie Mulligan is married to one of the members of Mumford & Sons, the Grammy Award-winning English folk rock band? Now, is she married to Mumford or one of his many sons?
You're a Mumford. Now get upstairs, put on a jaunty traveling hat, and write the same song 25 times.
Yeah, we know Mumford & Sons isn't an eclectic father and son musical duo from the 1920s, but sometimes it's just fun to take things at face value. I can't even begin to imagine what King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard would look like.
Where are your arm garters, your string tie, your woolen vest? You look nothing like a dry goods clerk.
And the show's been taking shots at actor and director Ben Affleck for years now. The star of such beloved films as Daredevil, Gigli, and Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice has long been associated with fellow star Matt Damon, though Family Guy insists their creative relationship might be a bit one-sided.
There, finished. Good Will Hunting by Matt Damon.
Hey, you think we could put both our names on that?
Even after you leave school, there's always going to be opportunities where people are going to BS their way through life just like they did with group projects. Now, we don't really know if Ben Affleck is actually a talent mooch or not, but Family Guy certainly thinks he isn't all he's made out to be, as they've called his creative abilities into question several times.
Whoa, I gotta be Henry VIII in 20 minutes. Hello. Got it.
I suppose Family Guy making fun of your acting ability is actually getting off easy in the grand scheme of things. Unfortunately, Affleck's life hasn't always been the sunniest and happiest. As those cigarettes and Dunkin' Donuts coffee cups started to pile up, Family Guy started to target the actor's personal life a little bit more.
Yep, so that's how your granddad got his back tattoo and hepatitis. Never share a needle with Ben Affleck.
That's just how it goes when you become so famous that your whole life becomes public knowledge. Family Guy isn't above kicking you when you're down, or when you're standing right side up. They just really like kicking.
Oh, this is Brian. He does look like Ben Affleck.
He looks just like Ben Affleck. Is that Ben Affleck?
But a celebrity that has a much worse reputation to talk about is rapper and entrepreneur Sean Combs, also known as P. Diddy or simply Diddy. But believe it or not, there was a time when the show didn't have a ton of material to work with, so they just had to work with the fact that his mouth seemed to hang open a lot.
Young girls love him, but he makes real music that— Sorry I'm late. Traffic.
Got him good. How will he ever recover from this? Yeah, the show didn't really have much to work with here, so they never really brought him up again until the most recent season. Without going into the details, well, let's just say there was a little more material to work with.
They even have Diddy's Pitbull.
Just let me outside. I'll play in the yard. I won't look. I won't tell nobody nothing.
Yeah, safe to say some serious damage has been done to the name. But all we need to remember is that he is not to be confused with Dr. Diddy, who also shouldn't be confused with Dr. Diddy Kong. The name has taken some hits, but there's still those out there fighting the good fight. But 2 people with less baggage surrounding them are acting power couple John Krasinski and Emily Blunt. Krasinski is probably most well known for starring as Jim in the American version of The Office, while Emily has starred in numerous huge movies like The Devil Wears Prada, Oppenheimer, and A Quiet Place, which Krasinski also starred in and directed. They seem like the perfect couple, but Family Guy has its doubts.
We can keep up the appearance of being married, but still sleep in separate rooms.
Like John Krasinski and Emily Blunt?
Exactly.
Now, where did they get the idea of them sleeping separately? Sometimes it really does feel like the show sets up a joke by drawing celebrity names out of a hat. Then again, if my partner kept hitting me with one too many Jim faces, I'd probably make them sleep in a different room too.
Jack, we launched the drone strike against a terrorist like you suggested, but hit a hospital instead.
But another high-profile couple that has gotten a bit more heat from the public has been Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Harry, a member of the British royal family, stepped away from his royal duties not long after marrying Markle, and the two have enjoyed living in America, making money from something. Not entirely sure what they do, so probably not worth looking into.
Sir, your millions from Netflix for no one knows what.
Put it with the rest of them.
So glad he left the snobby, uptight world of British royalty to join the snobby, uptight world of Hollywood elitism. Hey, at least one of those is somewhat possible to make your way into. Unfortunately, no one in the royal family has any interest in a talking clam. Believe me, I've asked. Well, at least they're both doing jobs, getting their hands dirty like the rest of us hardworking Americans.
Time to do our daily $250,000 sponsored Instagram post for Del Taco.
And another busy member of the Hollywood class is actress Anne Hathaway, who's appeared in countless movies from The Devil Wears Prada to Les Miserables to Interstellar. Even though she voiced Mother Maggie that one time on Jolly Farm, the show hasn't been shy about poking fun at the acclaimed actress, like imagining what her parents think of her.
Oh, that's Anne's car.
Ugh.
You can definitely tell which celebrities the show doesn't care for and the ones they're kinda hoping will come back for another voice role. Hathaway definitely seems like a friend of the show, having lent her voice several times, so the relationship here is one of ribbing between buddies rather than being outright mean.
You look like Anne Hathaway in Les Miserables.
Don't you ever compare me to Anne Hathaway.
Lois might just be jealous that she can't pull off the short hair look. I think the first step to making it work is not having a head shaped like a slightly melted bowling ball. So while the show has never been in short supply of jabs thrown the actor's way, none of the gags ever really seem to cut super deep or attack her character. She's just one of those celebrities who are hard to hate. Except for that Valentine's Day movie. Everyone involved deserves at least one trip to the gulag for that one.
Tom Brady's taking us all to see an Anne Hathaway movie.
Oh no, I'm grounded.
And another bit of friendly jabbing was targeted at actress Gal Gadot, star of Wonder Woman and several Fast and Furious films, in a video Family Guy produced during the COVID-19 pandemic that ironically tried to convince people to get the jab.
It could mutate into a variant that the vaccines might not protect against. And then we're right back where we started. Gal Gadot singing Imagine.
If you've been plagued with a burden of memory, you may remember a video of a bunch of celebrities singing John Lennon's song Imagine during the pandemic is sort of a rallying cry to let us know that we're all in this together. Yes, we were all stuck in our mansions and cushy Hollywood homes having to endure the global shutdown in the same fashion as everyone else. And this was day 6 into quarantine. The madness was always there, it just needed a reason to be brought out. The moment was generally considered to be tone deaf, and since Gadot was front and center of the video, she'll always be remembered as the face of celebrity embarrassment.
This is like one of those Schoolhouse Rocks, except, without the rock.
Another actress the show's briefly poked fun at is Emma Stone, the star of such films as Easy A, Zombieland, and Poor Things. The show saw fit to pair her up with fellow Zombieland star Jesse Eisenberg for a very on-the-nose rom-com called Opposite Eye Sizes.
One pair of extra large contact lenses and one pair of extra small.
We'll be fine.
I never really noticed how big her eyes were. No wonder she was cast as a woman who may be an alien. I can't really say Opposite Eye Sizes sounds like a movie that's gonna kill at the box office though. I predict it gets a tiny little cult following and then sees a Criterion Collection release several decades down the line. But an actor we're kinda surprised isn't mentioned on the show more is Mark Wahlberg, considering he's the focal point of Seth MacFarlane's hit movie Ted. But before the Family Guy creator and the star of the Transformers movies were all buddy-buddy, the show is parodying him by throwing him into a movie called Annoyed and Confused.
What? What's going on? I don't get it. Man, I gotta work out. What's going on here?
Your guess is as good as mine, pal. To be fair, I do get annoyed when I get confused, so this movie really does speak to me. Not on the level where I want to be shirtless all the time and give being a rapper a go, but it speaks to me on other levels, like being a loud Bostonian.
Huh? What the hell's going on here? Huh? What?
And another famous Mark the show has poked fun at on multiple occasions is Mark Ruffalo, who you may know mostly as the Hulk in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Though most of the time when the show is talking about the actor, it's usually in regard to his Twitter account.
All you said was children make iPhones. This is a comedy show, not Mark Ruffalo's Twitter.
In case you're not terminally online, Ruffalo's Twitter account is very political, as he's remained one of the most outspoken voices in Hollywood. I mean, how else do you think he's able to tap into enough rage to play the Hulk? I can't watch the news for more than a minute before I start to turn green. Though that may just be an infection. Should probably get that looked at.
Okay, here we go. Mark Ruffalo.
Are you smashing?
No, I'm mainly just updating my Twitter avatar to raise awareness about fracking.
Not all heroes wear capes or ripped purple pants. Always wondered what kind of pants the Hulk bought that kept him from landing on a government list every time he got mad. But while the actor is not the same as his character, I still probably wouldn't run the risk of getting him mad. It's getting harder to tell nowadays who's gamma radiated and who isn't.
Hey, why don't you turn into the Hulk? Oh, right, you're just a Hollywood sissy.
I'm calling the cops.
But returning to the topic of celebrity power couples, we have one particular couple that was once considered the most gorgeous in all of Hollywood: Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie. The couple has since divorced after a lengthy, highly publicized separation, but they still remain parents to 6 children whose style of raising has been called into question.
They're having trouble adapting. They've been raised with 11 languages and really don't speak any.
That's because they're building up towards creating one big super language, a universal language built by smashing all other languages in the world together. They're just ahead of the curve, not the insane, out-of-touch celebrities everyone thinks they are.
So, you're saying we should give them all faux hawks?
No, I think they need intensive therapy.
And another actress the show has thrown several good-natured, if not somewhat biting insults at is Tina Fey. The acclaimed actor and writer who gave us Mean Girls and 30 Rock has been poked fun at by Family Guy before for her wide array of projects.
What happens when a 40-year-old woman asks her 41-year-old friend to carry her baby?
I don't know. Hijinks? Gags? An endearing emotional journey that'll have them learn more about themselves as much as they learn about one another? Midlife diaper dependency? I never saw the movie, but Family Guy had its own idea for how it would go.
Push, Angie, push hard. Oh, it's dead.
It's clear someone on the team isn't the biggest fan of her movies, but not in a way where they think she's the spawn of Satan that needs to be incarcerated. They more or less kind of view her in the same vein as you view your mom when she tries to sound hip and with it.
Well, that's no bueno.
The nasal exhale from watching one Tina Fey movie might just provide enough wind energy to power a small village. But most of these dunks have been pretty harmless, as she's not really a bad person, she's just not everyone's cup of tea. We can't all like the same things, something I'm sure the show is very aware of when they look at their Emmy shelf.
They even want me to do one of Tina Fey's "Look How Quirky and Busy I Am" credit card commercials.
And the show has also had a few words to say about the multi-platinum hip-hop group the Black Eyed Peas. The band really seemed to skyrocket in popularity when they started to incorporate EDM into their music, leading some people to wonder if the only instrument they knew how to play was GarageBand.
Hey, what's that?
This is a guitar.
Wow.
You just had to be there for that point in the 2000s where everyone thought digital music creation was going to completely replace instruments. Kinda sounds like another hot button topic that's been causing mass hysteria for the past few years now. All I'm saying is, it may sound like it was made by one, but no robot can ever recreate the genius that is Boom Boom Pow. And as we showed in our last Celebrity Roast video, the show is not the biggest fan of the English rock band Coldplay. But the dislike for the band must be quite extreme because Family Guy has called out its lead singer Chris Martin by name on more than one occasion.
No, this is worse than... better... I don't know. Here's a list of celebrities I don't like.
And if you look closely at that list, not only is he mentioned more than once, but Peter cast dishonor on his family and anyone in history who also somewhat genetically contributed to his existence. And all because he wrote a few alternative rock songs he didn't care for? Well, that and he was married to actress Gwyneth Paltrow for some time, who is a whole different weird can of worms to open.
And do you take this man to be a watered-down Bono until death do you part?
I do.
And if you're looking for the target of numerous jokes and comments everywhere back in the day, look no further than Paris Hilton. The heiress to the Hilton chain of hotels, Paris has made a name for herself in multiple avenues, from fashion to philanthropy to film. She did appear in several traditional films, but there's one particular kind of film that defined her image in the 2000s. So it was around the time Hilton's show The Simple Life was airing that she had a, let's say, intimate tape of her and her boyfriend leaked to the public. This kind of set in stone her reputation as a rich floozy for years. So can you really expect anything less from Quagmire's reaction to flying by one of her billboards? He'll accept that head-on collision death if it means he can say he died between Paris's legs.
Check it out, I have a cool bag too, and it has a dog in it just like yours.
Hi, Paris! I'm Meg.
And a bit of a more low-profile celebrity the show's poked fun at a few times is Michael Cera, the eternally geeky star of films like Superbad, Juno, and Scott Pilgrim vs. the World.
Nice costume. I haven't put mine on. Not really.
The guy must have a lock to be able to play a high schooler for the rest of his life. He's just got one of those faces untouched by time, like the Namib Desert. Just as Sandy, too. He's pretty much known for playing very awkward and odd characters, which just makes it even harder to tell the difference between him and another actor at times.
Please tell me the difference between Michael Cera and Jesse Eisenberg.
Objection. No one could possibly know that.
Oh, come on, those two don't look that... Oh, wait, that's a picture of Andy Samberg. Jeez, are they developing these kinds of guys in a lab or something?
The Michael Cera hologram is a weird choice.
Oh, it's the real me. I'm just kind of translucent.
But a celebrity the show hasn't been exactly kind to is the late Aaron Hernandez, and for good reason.
I gotta murder somebody!
Yeah, Hernandez is kind of more remembered for killing Odin Lloyd, another football player who was dating Hernandez's fiance's sister at the time. Can't really chalk this one up to cancel culture. It's probably all for the best that we just forget him. So sorry to all the people who spent a lot of money on his merch. Kind of feels like buying Charles Manson's music albums now.
Chris still has an Aaron Hernandez poster up? That's not cool.
And sometimes the show likes to pretend that notoriously friendly celebrities are actually huge a-holes behind the scenes, like Conan O'Brien. The seasoned late-night television host is known for being goofy and outrageous, but maybe he's also mean to his guests?
This is my time. Don't ever talk to me during my time!
Never meet your heroes, even if they're an exaggerated cartoon of your hero. But this is probably all just in jest, as Conan even came through and voiced himself for this little appearance. Would an actual bad guy do that? Maybe we can ask the other members of that little secret society he's a part of to talk about what he's really like behind the scenes. But he's not the only comedian the show likes to have fun with, as they've also fired shots at Adam Sandler, best known for his string of comedy movies like Happy Gilmore, Billy Madison, and unfortunately, Jack and Jill. He's just a silly little guy, and his style of acting is parodied as such whenever he's brought up in the show.
This is my old bicycle that I had from when I was 10.
Hey, funny voices and faces manage to connect with all sorts of backgrounds, whether you're a human or a bird. How else do you get to keep getting away with taking all your friends and family on vacation and writing it off as a movie? Love him or hate him, he's cracked the code on how to game the system.
When I ring the bell, it makes my pants feel funny. Ring, ring, ring.
And another Hollywood star the show's poked fun at multiple times is actress Renee Zellweger, star of films like Jerry Maguire, Bridget Jones's Diary, and Chicago. Most of the time when they're talking about her, it's usually in reference to her appearance and how thinking about her might just save you in a pinch.
Dead kittens, old nuns, really old nuns, Renee Zellweger. Oh, there we go.
So, just so we're keeping track, Quagmire finds dead kittens and old nuns slightly more arousing than Renee Zellweger. I'd say that kind of speaks less to her appearance and more to Quagmire's psyche. All those years of being a creep have really sent his tastes off the deep end. But the show would continue with their knocks at her looks, more often than not comparing her to an anteater.
Oh no, these ants are ruining our picnic.
You mean this picnic is ruining our ants?
Look, I'm not going to try to speak for every guy here, but the tongue action is kinda crazy. I guess there are worse animals to be compared to. Not every one of them is going to be as dexterous. The show obviously loved this caricature so much that they even brought it back years later. You're one of their faves, Renee, whether you want to be or not.
Hey, there's Renee Zellweger. Hey, Renee, how you doing?
Oh, hi, Brian.
And another actress getting clowned for her looks is Minnie Driver, who appeared in films like Good Will Hunting, The Phantom of the Opera, and Tarzan. Family Guy seems to imply that she's difficult to shoot with, but not because of her attitude or anything like that, more so because of a lack of headroom.
I'm as far away as I can get!
Okay, have her enter. Action! Damn it, cut!
I've heard of celebrities having big heads, but this is ridiculous. Okay, so maybe she isn't completely cut out for a normal film, but as soon as Hollywood greenlights a bobblehead movie, you know exactly who to call. You might be thinking, Clam, Hollywood would never be that creatively bankrupt. Well, they already made it 6 years ago. And it stars Cher. Go figure. And another woman the show has joked about before is Tyra Banks, actress, singer, model, and the creator and host of America's Next Top Model. It's on that show that Banks became fairly well known to the public, mostly for her intense attitude and occasional outbursts.
How dare you! You don't know me! You have no idea where I come from!
Does everybody scream as loud as you from where you come from? If so, please enlighten me on where you're from so I can make sure to stay far away from wherever that is. Tyra's always been known to be a little extreme, like when she decided to see what life was like as a bigger person by dressing in a fat suit. Family Guy must think she really likes to wear suits because the Tyra you know might not even be the real Tyra. Everyone wears a mask in some way, but for some, it's to hide their more scaly features.
Get from where I was to where I am now!
But sometimes the jokes are all in good fun, and sometimes the target of the joke actually shows up to address it themselves. This is what happened with Pete Davidson, comedian and 8-season Saturday Night Live alumnus, who actually showed up to explain his way with the ladies.
Crazier things have happened. Look at Pete Davidson's love life.
I just text them back promptly. That's it. That's the secret.
Wise words to live by. However, there is a hole in that plan. You see, I think most of us are struggling with the getting the girl to text us in the first place part. You think I wouldn't immediately reply if Kim Kardashian texted me? I mean, I probably wouldn't say the nicest things, but I would for sure text back promptly. And More Light Ribbing has been directed at actress Meryl Streep. Considered to be one of the greatest actresses alive, Streep has won multiple Oscars for her roles in films like Sophie's Choice, Kramer vs. Kramer, and The Iron Lady. Some have said that she gets nominated too much, and Family Guy might just be a supporter of that notion.
Thank you. Stay out of my crapper.
Not every role of hers has to be rewarded, but beating up Peter with one of her many Oscars has to be worth something. You need true drive and emotion to win one of those, and there's nothing that gets emotions running high like someone using your bathroom when they're not supposed to. Give the lady her space. The deuces must be insane if she's gotta have her own stall anyway.
What are the odds she's gonna show up?
And sometimes Family Guy hits you with the 2-for-1 special, roasting 2 celebrities for the price of 1, like when the show knocked on philanthropist Mark Cuban and actor Peter Gallagher for their dark, very bushy eyebrows.
How are you gonna get El Chapo to help?
It's easy. All you gotta do is say dyed black eyebrows into the wind.
And we were this close to getting an El Chapo gag. I guess the show didn't want to go too far. The man still has some shooters out there. But what we get is 2 men who I guess aren't ready to let their youthful eyebrows turn gray. Hey, gray hair is a sign of wisdom. Or getting spooked by a ghost. Either way, it's a pretty cool look.
Peter Gallagher?
Maybe I can help.
Mark Cuban? We're getting all the wrong eyebrow guys.
And another celebrity targeted for their appearance on the show is Jackie Chan, Hong Kong and American action star known for films like Police Story, Rush Hour, and The Karate Kid. There's nothing really specific about his appearance that the show mocks, but they do joke about the habit of ignorant Americans thinking any Chinese person they see is Jackie Chan.
Oh my god, it's Jackie Chan! Oh my god, it's Jackie Chan!
Hi there, always nice to meet a fan of my movies.
Okay, so sometimes it actually is Jackie Chan, but I probably wouldn't be going around town using the process of elimination until I find him. And 2 can play this game too, as Americans aren't always as unique looking as they may think.
Oh my god, there's Malcolm in Middle!
I'm not a boy.
Yes, you are.
And when it comes to race, the show has made several jokes regarding Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. The WWE legend and box office superstar has confused the show for years on exactly what kind of ethnicity he is.
One's a baby, and the other's black, I think.
He's half black and half Samoan, in case anyone's wondering. But that just shows what an enigma he is. Can never let anyone pin him down to one singular identity. But, I mean, that information is out there. Probably don't have to think about it too hard.
I mean, one of his parents must be white. What the hell is Jessica Alba, for that matter?
But even though the Scorpion King has always worn his Samoan pride on his sleeve, literally in some cases, the shows continue to joke about not really being able to tell what he is at a glance.
When the Dwayne Johnson Center for Confusion Ethnicity approached me about hosting this night, I said it'd be an honor.
But there's plenty more to mock him for, like the fact that he's in so many movies, especially alongside Kevin Hart. It's about time he stepped aside and let some other wrestlers become global box office superstars. I'm dying to see a Bastion Booger-led film.
Oh, I love The Rock.
No, I love The Rock too. He's just in a lot of stuff.
And another famous bald guy the show has parodied is Stanley Tucci, star of projects like The Lovely Bones, The Devil Wears Prada, and his own travel and food show, Tucci in Italy. It's that last one that really changed the public perception of him, and Family Guy has taken notice.
You ever watch a guy with a bald head and super hairy arms cook zucchini?
Oh, yeah!
Can't say I had, but now that I have, it seems my brain chemistry is forever changed. It's amazing just what the right glasses and apron can do for a man. It seems to have had quite the effect on Lois, who we all know is an accurate representation of the middle-aged housewife.
You like this apron? It's a women's medium, and it comes off real easy.
Tucci!
But not everyone is lucky enough to get a respectable portrayal on Family Guy. Just ask Sandra Oh, the star of shows like Grey's Anatomy, Killing Eve, and Invincible. Peter just didn't know how to talk to her when he met her, so he opted to go the most insensitive route possible.
We see you in many movies. I think about you while having with my wife.
Leave it to Peter to find a way to insult every woman in the room in one go. And like, he's seen her in movies. He knows she speaks English. But maybe this is just another Jackie Chan situation and he genuinely doesn't know who he's talking to. Can you forgive him? No. But can you kinda understand? Not really, no.
Thank you with $1. That's a lot of money to them.
Another alumnus from Grey's Anatomy to be featured on the show is actor Patrick Dempsey, who apparently has been known for taking his shirt off a lot back in the day, but not so much now that he's older.
Are you saying you want him to take his shirt off?
No, Chalamet's just... I'm just saying, he's being a total Patrick Dempsey.
That's a lot of talk coming from a guy who gives off major wears a shirt in the pool energy. But I see where he's coming from. Stars of the past few decades were always shirtless, and it's sad to see them retreat from this style of living. It's like a domesticated animal forgetting how to live in nature. But Dempsey can be persuaded to return to his roots for the right occasion.
Ready, Patrick?
Ready, Francis.
No, my phone is dead.
But let's return to celebrity couples with Catherine Zeta-Jones and Michael Douglas, two Hollywood A-listers who have been married for over 25 years, so you know they've cracked the secret of a long, healthy marriage. But there's one habit that everyone seems to associate them with.
I've been on my feet all day. Let's go.
I'd stop, but Catherine Zeta-Jones' big hands are on the back of my head.
And in case you have no idea what I'm talking about, I'll just let the title of the game he's playing, Michael Douglas's Munch Out, do all the explaining for me. Hey, the saying happy wife, happy life might just have some truth to it.
Ah, nom 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 nom.
Yeah, it's been kind of a running joke for a few years with Douglas ever since he got throat cancer. You'd tell a smoker with lung cancer to stop smoking, right? But I dare you to be the one to get in the way of the happy couple and their desires.
So who wants to hear how I think I got mouth cancer?
And the fashion world ends up getting parodied from time to time, especially with someone of the status of Kate Moss. The influential supermodel was a big deal back in the 2000s, so much so that she was actually Chris's girlfriend for a moment.
Oh, there's Kate Moss.
Where? I don't see her. Ah! Are you the Matrix?
Can't just be sneaking up on people like that when you exist in the second dimension. Obviously, this is a shot at how thin she was. Whoa, a thin model? Next you'll be telling me I can find a fork in the kitchen. But it's not too bad being as flat as a piece of paper. I hear Flat Stanley's making it work.
What should I do?
I don't know. You're the flavor of the month. Oops, window open.
But now we return to Hollywood with Winona Ryder, the iconic actress best known for Beetlejuice, Heathers, and Stranger Things. While she's quite respected nowadays and regarded as a terrific actress, there was a time when a string of shoplifting incidents was all that defined her in the public eye.
This is worse than that Winona Ryder thing.
Are you saying I'm a klepto?
Actually, I was talking about the age of innocence.
Never saw it, but I can't imagine it was much worse than shoplifting. Then again, what are you supposed to do? Ignore the button prompt that appears when you're looking at something? Call me a Lou Goblin, but I'm grabbing everything I'm allowed to.
That would be most good, Newland. Most good.
I'm sorry, but she is just awful.
But her reputation has really come back around in recent years, though the show has still found things about her to parody, like her multitude of facial expressions from the SAG Awards. It's called acting, guys. It's kind of what they're there for.
Just remember she stole a ton of Luna bars from the office kitchen, like filled a whole duffel bag.
And Family Guy would hit us with a threefer when it decided to bunch together pop icons Nicki Minaj, Iggy Azalea, and Madonna to find a way to dunk on all three of the ladies at the same time.
Looks like Nicki Minaj, Iggy Azalea, and Madonna are robbing a bank.
They're butt bandits?
The cast didn't even know why they were all bunched together for this cutaway, but luckily there are a lot of different avenues for jokes they can take. And yes, none of them are all that flattering. That'll teach them for doing whatever it is they did.
They're all skanks. Getting new phones was a worse idea than a robbery.
Oh, yeah.
Right, robbery.
And another pop culture icon who would fall into the reticle of the show is Whoopi Goldberg, the EGOT-winning actress known for The Color Purple, Ghost, and Sister Act. And you know, she's been around for a while. She's getting up there in age, and the show has not been kind about that fact.
Peter, your breath, it's horrible.
Is Whoopi Goldberg working out down there?
Come on now, don't start acting like your sweat doesn't stink. Any of you who are out there and think you naturally smell good are in for a rude awakening the next time someone brave takes a whiff of you. But I'm scared to ask what the show thinks she smells like because I can't imagine it's anything too kind. And going from an older celebrity to a younger one, we have Billy Eichner, a comedian and actor perhaps most well known for the Billy on the Street skits, where he pretty much rushes people on the street, sticks a microphone in their face, and asks them a question.
And I'm here with one of the biggest mascots in America right now.
Popular, he means, not large.
Let me do my intro!
That's why you've always got to have your head on a swivel when you're walking around a city. You never know when a crazy guy with a microphone is going to bombard you with questions out of nowhere. Better make that list of women in your head now, otherwise you're going to look like a whole goof when it happens to you.
Can I get a picture with you?
No!
What's his problem?
Between you and me, I think he may need a lady friend.
But if you want to see just how brutal the show can be with its roasts, look no further than how the show incorporated Harry Potter author J.K. Rowling in a recent episode. Rowling has come under fire in the past few years for controversial comments, and if you're curious as to where Family Guy sat on these issues, well...
The King's gendarmes? That lady who yelled that thing at the meeting? J.K. Rowling, cause you know why.
There's probably a spell out there that can fix all that, right? No? None? Look, if Voldemort can find a way to come back, I'm sure she can too. Not that I'm comparing her to the Dark One or anything, it's just, you know what, let's just move on. Even saying her name is probably a big no-no too. And up next is another uber-rich person, Ted Turner. The founder of CNN, TNT, and Cartoon Network was constantly poked fun at on the show back in the earlier years, mostly by portraying him as a dumb hick from the South.
He said they go both ways.
Like a bisexual.
Thank you, Ted. That was the joke.
I don't know, if you're a billionaire that the other billionaires don't like, maybe you're doing something right. Then again, we can hardly call creating terrifying human-dog hybrids right. Hey, his work has taken us into the future, but I don't think it's a future I want any part in.
You're a filthy.
But like the other mega powerful people usually shown on the show, Turner was made to look childish, immature, and silly, as they should be portrayed. I don't think the showrunners really take into account the feelings of someone with enough money to buy out their entire bloodline.
Should we give Ernie a bath?
No! Ernie doesn't like the monsters.
But if we head back to Hollywood, we can find several instances of the show dragging actor Adrien Brody, the two-time Oscar winner known for prestige films like The Pianist and The Brutalist. But despite his success, Family Guy doesn't really see him as a big Hollywood draw.
When the movie of this story comes out, I'm gonna make sure Adrien Brody plays you.
I guess that means you don't want anyone to see it.
Well, shouldn't you just be focused on making a good movie rather than making a ton of money? Has anyone asked Hollywood that in the past couple years? But I guess Adrien Brody isn't total box office poison, as he does appear in a 3D movie where he does sit-ups. I guess he was just the man for the job, as it seems like a real physical performance.
1, 2.
Another regular in the Hollywood scene is actress Anna Paquin, known for her film and TV roles in the X-Men franchise and the show True Blood. It's the latter that the show's commented on most of the time when referring to her, as Peter seems to be a bit of a fan, although he apparently doesn't count Paquin's nude scenes as actual nude scenes.
Anna Paquin boob does not count as real boob. That's like looking at a 12-year-old boy.
I applaud him for having standards, but these standards still seem wildly misplaced. I haven't watched the show, so I can't speak to the accuracy of what he's talking about, but surely there's more to get out of a vampire show than just a little chest, right?
Hi, I'm a nude vampire.
Hi, I'm a nude werewolf.
And that's the show.
Okay, maybe not, but it still feels super targeted to have Paquin be the main source of the show's criticisms. Peter just wants to get to the bottom of understanding, and he'll bend the laws of time and physics to make sure his criticisms are heard.
And as for you, Anna, you're dreadful, and so is the program.
I didn't write it.
Yeah, but you know the people who do.
But Family Guy's parodies and roasts have also delved into the world of sports, like with Barry Bonds. The star player of the Pittsburgh Pirates and the San Francisco Giants was a legend in the making before a steroid scandal completely dashed his legacy as one of the greatest players ever. Many have wondered about the effects the steroids had on Barry's body, and Family Guy is more than happy to illustrate.
This here is the same stuff that turned Barry Bonds' head into a prize-winning squash.
See, at least there's a positive to this whole outcome. Sure, you may never be inducted into the MLB Hall of Fame, but at least you can take home the blue ribbon at the county fair. Bonds actually seems to be doing fine for the most part in his post-baseball career, but the visual of him being a jack-o'-lantern is just weird enough to get a laugh.
Barry Bonds says that's too much steroids.
Time for bed, Barry.
And jumping back into the music world, the show's poked fun at legendary electronic group Daft Punk before. The Grammy-winning band, known for their futuristic headgear, pioneered much of modern electronic music, but Family Guy seems to think most of that was pretty easy to do.
Look at this old Casio keyboard from the 1980s that I have found. Watch what happens when I push this demo button.
There was a time in history when this was literally what people thought electronic music was, just pushing buttons until a good sound came out. I guess you could honestly use that mantra to describe all of music, but this was back when everyone was scared computers were going to take our jobs. No wonder the duo disbanded. Being a robot that makes music does not have the same charm to it today as it did back then.
Oh ho! You know, it's funny. Until you spoke, I did not know we were French.
But do political commentators count as celebrities? If we gotta see their face and hear their voice all the time, we're gonna say yes. So let's see what the show had to say about social and political commentator Ann Coulter.
I don't see the refrigerator.
Oh, we just use Ann Coulter's
Gotta hand it to him for coming up with a unique way to call someone cold and frigid. It shouldn't come as a surprise to anyone what Family Guy's opinions are when we're talking about the Fox News bunch, but the show doesn't always like to be subtle with its commentary, aiming for a much more direct approach. You can thank the great nation of France for its way to skirt around censorship.
Ugly
But we return to the world of Hollywood with Family Guy's portrayal of actress Halle Berry. The Oscar-winning actress known for Monsters Ball, John Wick 3, and the X-Men films got herself into a bit of a drunken fender bender back in 2000, where she fled the scene, and Family Guy thought the concept would make for a great Disney World ride.
Hey, check it out, Stewie. Halle Berry's Wild Ride.
Luckily, the actual accident wasn't as egregious as that, but Hollywood has a knack for blowing things out of proportion for entertainment value. And if that means they've got to run over a few innocent bystanders to make a fun ride, then who are we to stop them? Another Hollywood legend the show has poked fun at on more than one occasion is Joaquin Phoenix. The actor known for his roles in Joker, Gladiator, and Walk the Line had the unfortunate circumstance of losing his brother River Phoenix tragically young, and Family Guy felt it to be in good fun to insinuate we got a raw deal with Joaquin being the living one.
We're left with a hair-lipped reminder of what might have been.
Harsh, but that's just the kind of edgy humor Family Guy made its money off of. I doubt Joaquin actually watches Family Guy, but if he ever did, maybe an apology is in order. I still know if Family Guy understands who should be apologizing.
Well, I'm waiting.
And speaking of acting siblings, the show has also had plenty to say about Jake and Maggie Gyllenhaal. Both have found success in their own ways, but Family Guy doesn't really seem to be as fond of the Nepo babies.
I'm more off-putting.
No, I'm more off-putting.
I'm more unattractive to put in a lead role.
Siblings always gotta be so competitive. You both can't just suck, one of you's gotta suck more than the other. Thankfully, their dad is here to set the facts straight.
Kids, you're both just awful.
And that's our list. What's your favorite celebrity roast from Family Guy? Let us know down in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.